2010 was the year I graduated, a mediocre student from one of the top high schools in California. But even though I went to a good school with many successful students, the teachers and counselors that I reached out to did very little to help me. As a result, this made it even harder for me to be certain about my passion for educational endeavors. Many people don't know this, but for most of my life, I had been struggling with a disability. I was bullied regularly by other students in my class, made fun of for being different. But ironically, the teachers and counselors that I reached out to all loved the students that bullied me the most. As a result, the people who were supposed to protect my educational rights downplayed the situation and made me feel like I was doing something wrong for simply telling the truth. Nothing changed, and I was losing hope. One of the worst responses that I remember was one of my administrators saying to me, "High school is tough. This is just the way it is." I felt like the system was against me and my teachers just didn't understand. One particular day that I will always remember was in freshman year when I was invited to a group chat with some people I knew from my school. In those days, AOL Instant Messenger was a major part of every student's life. I did not have many friends in high school, and at first I was happy that I was being included. But after joining the group chat, it immediately turned south when I saw a chain of hate messages from some people I knew from my classes, telling me terrible things about myself. By graduation, I didn't enjoy any of my classes because I didn't have any kind of adult support, socially or emotionally. However, things changed when I started college the following year. I was still not quite sure what I wanted to study, but then, one semester, I encountered a teacher that changed my educational perspective and motivated me towards my current educational goal. Professor Douglas made history relevant and interesting. After each lecture, I was learning more and more about myself and society through parallels to the past. One day, I told him during office hours about my past struggles throughout high school and how education had always been challenging for me. He started by condemning the teachers and counselors I reached out to for failing to resolve the harassment, and as educational advice, he said something that I will always remember. He said, "Failure doesn't define you. Failure can teach you important lessons that motivate us to achieve a greater level of success. I believe in you." And I began to recognize how important a teacher's role is for students, or in this case, a professor's role. And before I knew it, I aspired to become one. Unlike any teacher before him, Professor Douglas made me realize that I was capable of success through his support. Today, I have my BA in history and I'm currently a graduate student at USC pursuing a MAT in secondary education for English. I'm not gonna lie, there have been challenging moments in the program that made me want to quit. But instead of giving up, I knew in my heart that if I quit now, I would never be able to become the teacher I needed when I was younger. Besides wanting to prove my teachers wrong about the levels of achievement they thought I was capable of, I want to help students like me, students with disabilities. My academic journey is far from over, but I'm heading in a direction that I never thought I was capable of following. I owe much of it to the support and wisdom given to me by Professor Douglas.